Everyone, welcome back to the next video. In this video I will show you how to apply frame drop effect to a live camera preview using CameraX in native Android application and Media3 effects. So let's get started. So first I'll show you the output. Now frame drop, as the name suggests, there will be it will be like it is kind of like creating a janky effect purposefully. So yeah, that's what a frame drop effect is, nothing much. So here you can see I'm mirroring my device, so the output might be a little bit laggy. So first I'll just click on while using the app, so give the camera permission, and here you can see that I'm trying now. It is still catching up, but I have purposefully made the live camera preview janky as much as possible using frame drop effect. So I'm already mirroring my device, that is causing a bit of lag, but this frame drop effect is also causing more lag. So hopefully you got the point. So I'll just click on take photo, and it will actually capture the photo, and it will save it to our files app or your images app, whatever, photos app. And here I'll just go to the images, and here you can see the images has been saved. So nothing much over here. So let's see how to do this. So first, like as usual, I have created a native Android project, but I'm using XML layout. But if you want, you can use Jetpack Compose as well. Then you will have to go to build.gradle.kts, and here you have to add this camera core dependency, camera 2, camera lifecycle, camera view, Android X Media3 effect, as well as Media3 effect. Now given that we are using version catalog, you will have to go to libs.versions.toml, and here firstly you will have to add this camera core, then this camera 2, then Media3 effect, as well as Media3 effect version. Okay, then you need to add this particular line of code, this line of code, this one, as well as this one. So this 4 lines of code you need to add, and then you need to add Android X Media3 effect as well as Media3 effect. So once you do that, you will see a sync now button. So just to show it to you, I'll just change this to 0. Here you can see sync now. You'll have to click on sync now. I'll revert it back, and once you click on sync now, it will download all the Android dependencies for you. So make sure you click on the sync now button. Then you will have to go to manifest, Android manifest.xml. Here inside uses feature, you will have to use camera. Uses permission, use the internet permission. Here you have to use camera, and here you have to use the write external storage permission as well. Then you will have to go to activity_main, and here you just have to take a preview view which occupies the entire width and height of the screen. That's why we are constraining it to all sides, and I have taken one button as well which is constrained to the bottom of the screen. So here you can see I'm giving it the width, height, ID and all that stuff. Then you just need to go to main activity, and firstly these are all the imports, so feel free to pause the video and just copy all these imports which are there. Now we have annotated this with unstable, because if I just comment this out, here you can see I'm getting this error. Now this is coming from the stable version of Media3 effect, not from the alpha version of the library which we are using. Okay, so it is coming from this version, but still this is one of the quirks of Android development, that the API is still unstable. That's why I have to add the annotation. Also, one more thing, if by the time you watch this video and Media3 effect is stable, make sure you use the stable version. Don't unnecessarily use the alpha version. So okay, that's why I need to add this unstable annotation. Then here we create this image capture. Here is our executor service, here is our viewfinder, and here is our button. Then we just use a register for activity result to request multiple permissions. So by default this value is true. Then we just loop over it, and if permission is not given, we make it as false, and if it is false, then we just display a toast message. Else we just call start camera. Then inside on create, we initialize our viewfinder, we initialize our button, and on click of the button we just call take photo. If all permissions are granted, then we just call start camera. Else we just call request permission. Then here we initialize our camera executor. Inside take photo, if image capture is null, we return. Then here we define a simple date format. Here I have defined a content values, where I pass the display name, the MIME type. If the Android version is greater than P, then I also set the relative path. Then here we just do image capture.output file options.builder and just build it. Then here we do image capture.take picture, passing the output option. Then here we just do context compat.get main executor of this. We override on error as well as on image saved, and here we just do camera executor dot shutdown and display a toast message as well. Then here we start our camera, so we define an aspect ratio strategy, then a resolution selector as well. Then we define our process camera provider. Then we just get that process camera provider using this listener. Then here we add this preview view passing this resolution selector as well. Here we pass our create our image capture as well and passing the capture mode. Then we are just using the back camera. Then here we do use case group builder.build, add our preview as well as image capture use case. Then here is our Media3 effect. Then here you can see we are passing the frame drop effect by creating a simple frame drop effect, and you can just play around with these values to whatever you feel like is correct for you. Then here we do use case group builder dot add effect Media3 effect. Then we just do camera provider dot unbind all and bind to the life cycle. And yeah, here you can see we just request the permissions method, and this is a method helper method just to check whether permissions were granted or not. Inside on desktop we just do camera executor dot shutdown. Here we define a file name format, and here is our required permissions where we pass the camera permission, and if Android version less than P, then we add the write external storage permission as well. So yeah, that's it. If you have any questions, do let me know in the comments. Thank you for watching. Bye.